In today's episode of the vlog, we do a ton of business from the car. Almost 70 Homie, what are you doing? Oh. It's the one thing about New York is there's so many people that just should not be on the road that are on the road. This dude is like driving a mini bike. Literally, like kids' mini bike on the streets of New York. Manhattan, nonetheless. Like, if you're in the outer boroughs, maybe I understand. Maybe. But, like, Manhattan? And then pulls over, like, blocking traffic. Just gotta get used to it. So, if anybody has any questions, post in the comments below. We'll do this for a little bit, and then I'm gonna hop over to Facebook and see if I can do the same. Could be about anything. Could be about real estate, New York, social media, growing a business, building a team. What is going on, Tim? Let me know where you guys are checking in from, wherever it may be on this lovely planet. Say what's up. And yeah, we are trying to get out of Manhattan as we speak. It is not incredibly easy sometimes. Sometimes it is. Today is not one of those days. So luckily it's pretty much a straight shot. Once we head over the, what is that, the Manhattan Bridge? Yeah. Once we head over the Manhattan Bridge, it's literally straight up Flatbush, like, until we get there. Then we make a left off of Flatbush and we're at the property. So it's smooth sailing once we, and this dude is directing traffic. Like, I don't understand what these fucking people that direct traffic do. How do I end up in this position if they're doing their job? Jesus. This is why you gotta be patient driving in New York, because if you're not, this shit's gonna kill you. All right, you know what? I ain't fucking waiting for you. You can wait for me, motherfucker. But honk your horn all day. See how I move. Shit. Is traffic worse than LA? I think in times they're very close. Overall, I mean, I don't know. I can't speak from a point of authority on this.
LA traffic is worse because it's traffic on the highway. And you'll just be stuck on the highway for like 3 hours.
But you're stuck on the highway here.
But not for 3 hours.
No, not 3 hours.
It's ridiculous. I only drive local roads in LA. I don't care how far I gotta go. I'm afraid of the highway.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't know. I can't speak from any point of authority, so I won't. I will refer to Brandy's opinion on this one. Let's see. So once again, for those just joining us, if anybody has any questions, post in the comments below. I'm happy to answer pretty much anything, and I am going to switch the view up a little bit. Let's see if I can get this to work. So, if anybody has any questions, like I said, post in the comments below. All right, I can't read what this question is right now, so Brandy, do you want to read that to me?
If I want to get out of Nebraska but don't know where to start, how do I find what's the best for me? Do I just throw myself out there?
So, that's a great question. Yes, you just throw yourself out there. That's the short answer. The longer answer is you need to first figure out what you're passionate about or you want to passionately do for the next blank period of time, and then go after it. Like, be prepared to work your face off and not make much money, but put yourself in a position to learn an incredible amount. And then from that point, if you still don't know, then go try something else the same way. But if you feel limited by the fact that you're in Nebraska, then you absolutely should leave and head to some big city and see what it is. I mean, I'm not saying, come to New York tomorrow, but I mean, there's a lot of places where you could do a lot of different things. UK supports. Listen, I love the UK. It's one of my favorite places in the world. London is one of my favorite cities, and I got to tell you, I'm falling in love with Bristol. Reminds me of Williamsburg about 15 years ago. What is your opinion on school, college, university, or if wanting to start a business? I think school is an absolute waste of time. I think the current structure of the international schooling system, and I mean, I don't know other countries well, but I know a lot of countries do similar things to what we're doing here in the States. All right, so I'm gonna come back to me. I think they're an absolute waste of time. I think they don't really prepare you for life. I think they put you in a position not to win. If you wanna grow a business, school is not the place. Unless, and here's the caveat, if you're going to a top tier school, that is and will always be possibly one of the best networking sessions you can go to. So now if you're not going to a top tier school, then absolutely drop out and go run your business. Now, understand this, and this is where people fail. The amount of time you spend in school is exponentially greater than just the hours that you're sitting there in class. So if you're going to school and you're taking, I mean, you're saying university, so I'm assuming you're taking like 15 credits a semester, and obviously there's probably some different equivalency in the UK versus the States, but let's say you're taking, 15 hours a week of classes. You very easily have another 30 hours a week to 40 hours a week of work to do for those classes. So if you're gonna run a business and not go to school, that's cool, but you need to be willing to invest, 55 to 65 hours a week, week in, week out. I mean, honestly, the more hours you put in, the more successful you'll be. And I'm actually you've heard me talk about this, and I'm actually gonna record when we're done here, just so it's better formed, a video just about this exact thing, because I believe that hustle outweighs skill. So the more you hustle, the more you get. That's just a product of life. So we'll talk more about that. Probably put a video out for that. Today's what, Tuesday? Wednesday, Thursday. Probably Friday or so, because I know the next couple of days we already have content created. So it'll probably be Friday. You'll see something out just about that. But yes, school is not important at all, unless you're going to meet people. All right, guys, listen, I am going to call it a wrap. I'm going to pop on Facebook and do the same thing on Facebook. And I'm 15. See, this bothers me when the 15-year-old wants to drop out of school already, because it's evident that, like, how bad our fucking system is. Wanting to run a successful business but struggling on an idea. What's your opinion? All right. Here's my opinion. You need to figure out first what you're passionate about. And here's my litmus test to figure out what you're passionate about. Think about what it is you can do that you can get absolutely lost in time in. Where you look at the clock and you're like, fuck, how did 7 hours pass? Or it was just morning. Or how did I break night? Whatever it may be. Think about whatever that thing is. And that's what you should go build your business around. So if that's drawing, you should build your business around art. If that's video games, you should build your business around video games. If that's whatever. I mean, the problem is that if you're 15 and you don't have any idea as to what you want to do, dropping out of school is probably dumb. It just probably is in the big picture. But it will give you an opportunity to try other things. So, I mean, everybody's family situation is different, and what support structures you have in order to do these things, every situation. Like, if my son doesn't want to go to school at a certain point, like, I'm okay with that. I am totally 100% okay with that, as long as he is doing something incredibly active that he is passionate about. I mean, I think you'll see, my son's 2. I think by the time my son is 15, you'll see a significant difference in the schooling systems of Earth. So, but that's what I suggest. But I think I've suggested that multiple times to different people. So I will stay consistent with that. So All right, guys. I need some coffee. Jesus. All right, so motherfucker. I'm gonna pop off. Have a wonderful day. Put goodness into the world, and goodness will find you back. Peace. So we're in the car, heading right now to my listing at 362 Parkside for a second showing. And this is one of the things about doing business all over Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens is, as you can see, I spend a lot of time in the car because getting around from one place to the other is only really feasible either if you drive or you have a driver. And I'm not at the point yet where I can justify the expense of having a driver, but hopefully soon. So in the interim, we drive. So right now, we are in Prospect Lefferts Gardens. I'm gonna have to look for parking soon. And I mean, I gotta say, it's essential to me being able to do business across Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens. Because there's times I'll go from, like right after this, we're going from here. We were in the city. We're going from here right back into the city because we have a listing presentation at 6 o'clock, which we should be fine for at this point, assuming we're not out here for too long. One thing I truly believe is that hard work trumps skill. So here's why. If you look at people that are successful, what you'll find is one thing that they all truly have in common is that they all are out there working hard. Now, their skill levels are all very different. And occasionally in life, when you combine that incredible hard work with incredible skill, you get epic once in a lifetime 8, 9, 10-figure wealth performance. But there's a ton of opportunity for everybody who doesn't have that incredible skill. You just got to be willing to put in the work. So now we're heading back into the city. Showing went well, and we're heading to a listing presentation that came from a very unusual source. Came from a former real estate agent that I actually was friends with. And he was like, hey Mike, listen, I'm not in the business anymore, but I have this client that I want to make sure gets taken care of well. Would you be able to help him? And my response was, absolutely. Real estate brokers can be one of the best sources for leads because most real estate agents, brokers don't last. It's just a segment of what the business is. So if you're not a dick face to your fellow colleagues, it's funny how much, they're willing to actually work with you because they ultimately want somebody that's a good person to help their clients. So, I mean, I probably get 3 to 5 deals a year that come from other brokers, whether it be I cover a neighborhood that they don't necessarily cover, specifically more with like the Queens and Brooklyn, or they're no longer in the business and they want, somebody taken care of well. So for real estate agents out there, always be cognizant of who the person sitting to your right and left is when you're in the office, because you never know which one of those individuals could be the next source of a deal. Didn't get to share a whole lot with you today. We got a lot of good shit cooking. Appreciate all your love and attention, comments. I'd love for you to leave a comment below and click the little bell so you get a notification anytime I drop something. I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler, I'm a hustler.